If Angel Reese was older, I would have gotten on her about what she just said. Because I would have been like, how naive can you be? But she is young. She's only 22.
And I'm not sure if the WNBA is ready for the ramifications of what has just been unleashed, which is the Swifties joining CCM.
Angel Reese's decision to launch a podcast initially seemed like a smart strategy to grow her fame and expand her brand. However, it has completely backfired, turning into a major public relations problem. Instead of gaining popularity, she has ended up alienating millions of Taylor Swift fans, many of whom are now openly supporting Caitlin Clark. This unexpected shift is creating serious waves throughout the women's basketball world.
Angel Reese has her podcast, Unapologetically Angel. And on her podcast, she had a guest, Kayla Nicole, who is the ex-girlfriend of Travis Kelce, who obviously dates Taylor Swift, right? I mean, I think everybody knows.
Reese's podcast began with a bold attempt to grab attention by featuring Kayla Nicole, Travis Kelce's ex-girlfriend, as a guest. However, instead of boosting her profile, the episode angered Taylor Swift's fan base. Many Swifties viewed it as a subtle insult toward their idol, triggering an intense and unexpected backlash.
Do you know what fans you do not want to piss off? In this world, you don't want to piss off the Swifties. She's pissed off the Swifties. She is pissed off the non-Swifties.
What no one anticipated was the fallout from Reese's podcast, which unexpectedly united two powerful fan bases, Swifties and Caitlin Clark supporters. Together, they have formed a strong alliance that is rapidly gaining momentum. This new force in women's basketball fandom is dominating social media and changing how people talk about the sport.
More Swifties are joining Caitlin FC by the second. Oh, it's so over for the league. Swifties becoming Caitlin Clark stans is such a dub.
The Swifties, known for their fierce loyalty and massive online presence, have now entered the women's basketball scene. Angel Reese is learning the hard way what happens when fans of one of the world's biggest pop stars focus their attention on you. Their alliance with Caitlin Clark supporters has intensified the backlash, creating a situation Reese was clearly not prepared to handle.
No, there are some people, like, just in life, there are some people you don't want to piss off. Like, it's not going to end up well for you. There are some people you don't joke about because it's not going to end well for you. There are some people you don't want on your bad side because it's not going to end well.
Reese's podcast episode with Kayla Nicole became the tipping point. Fans interpreted her comments about liking the idea of Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce together as disrespectful. That single statement placed her directly in the Swifties' crosshairs and quickly turned the podcast into an online battleground.
Angel Reese has her on the podcast. She talks about Travis Kelce, and the Swifties are unleashed. And they first start going for Angel. And, Angel can handle herself in that space, I guess, a little bit. And she posts this, Hayton Pays Too, about it. And she's ready for the onslaught. She's painting her nails to get ready to rock and roll with this.
The Swifties are far from an ordinary fan base. They are highly organized, extremely loyal, and known for investigating everything. When they came across Reese's podcast, many interpreted her remarks as a slight against Taylor Swift. The fallout escalated rapidly, with fans openly calling Reese out for being out of line.
And on the podcast, this is a small sampling of what was said.
You guys will see each other, like, are you guys cool? I mean, I would probably hit him with a head nod. We've seen each other.
So there's respect.
We've seen each other in public spaces, but I think that we're both aware of the nature of his new situation, that there's just no room really for us to communicate or acknowledge each other publicly without it being spun into something crazy. So we just keep it moving. I love you guys.
While digging through Reese's social media history, Swifties uncovered an unexpected connection. They found an old post from Caitlin Clark welcoming Taylor Swift to the Kansas City Chiefs fan base. This simple discovery instantly made Clark a favorite among Taylor's fans.
Swifties, there are a lot of them, and they're in mass. So Reese is ready. She's hunkered down. She's ready to take on whatever comes with Taylor Swift's fans. However, Taylor Swift's fans also unearthed this old Caitlin Clark post. I guess this happened around the time that she started dating Travis Kelce, which meant she was a Chiefs fan, and Caitlin Clark is a Chiefs fan. And Caitlin Clark writes, Taylor Swift, welcome to the good side, Chiefs Kingdom. All right, so we know Caitlin is supporting Taylor Swift. Not a shock. I think we've known that for a long time.
This revelation triggered a chain reaction. Swifties quickly rallied behind Caitlin Clark and joined forces with her existing supporters. Suddenly, Angel Reese found herself on the wrong side of a rapidly growing fandom powerhouse. The scale and influence of this group is unprecedented in women's sports.
However, the old post is being resurfaced and boosted as Caitlin Clark fans and Taylor Swift fans start to become one, which would equate to the largest fan base perhaps in the history of the universe. And you see like various posts out there. I mean, look, it's just an online sampling, but I found it amusing. This person says, Tay 013. I might start standing. Where do I?
The backlash against Reese has been relentless. Swifties and Caitlin Clark fans have mobilized online to mock her podcast, analyze her social media activity, and question her intentions. Some are even framing it as a cultural clash, with Reese clearly underestimating the power and influence of Taylor Swift's fan base.
Effed up, according to Sir Charles, the Caitlin Clark situation. But I will preface this by saying, yes, the league did, but Caitlin Clark and her play and her teammates' play have straightened it. Here's Charles.
These ladies, and I'm a WNBA fan, they cannot have this Caitlin Clark thing up any worse if they try. People believe what we say on television. Just because people...
This unexpected alliance is not only damaging Angel Reese's reputation, but also boosting Caitlin Clark's career. Clark's social media following has surged, further strengthening her status as a rising star, while Reese's online presence is clearly suffering. When millions of Swifties suddenly support Clark, it creates a major challenge for any rival fan base. Whether this support lasts long-term or fades over time remains uncertain. Ironically, Reese's podcast is seeing higher views, but not for the reasons she hoped. Instead of admiration, it has attracted criticism, while Clark continues to benefit. This situation shows how quickly fortunes can change in the digital world. Some observers urge perspective, pointing out that Reese is only 22 and that this is ultimately just a podcast. While the episode reached Swift's fan base and increased engagement, many hope it does not turn into serious fan conflicts. The tension between Clark and Reese supporters highlights the enormous influence of online communities in modern sports. This alliance is reshaping women's basketball, creating new stars, and redefining public perception. Meanwhile, Reese is left wondering, what about me?
I think Angel Reese is jealous of Caitlin Clark. She thinks she's, the reason why this is all happening here. Caitlin Clark was going to get eyeballs whether she played against Angel Reese in LSU.
The infamous hand wave incident from the NCAA championship has resurfaced amid this controversy. Angel Reese's taunting gesture toward Caitlin Clark during that game is now being viewed in a new light, with many seeing it as a defining moment that continues to follow her career. Fans believe backlash was inevitable after she waved in Clark's face following the championship victory. What once seemed like a heated on-court moment has now become a symbol of her public missteps, further shifting opinion away from Reese and toward Clark.
This girl is incredible. What she did in college for women's basketball, what she's doing in the WNBA.
She turned the Fever, we're 1-8. They have a winning record now.
But the number of attention, eyeballs, she's brought to college and the pros, and for these women to have this petty jealousness, you say to yourself, damn, what is going on?
Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark have become two of the most talked about figures in women's basketball, but for very different reasons. Reese often leans into controversy to stay relevant, while Clark focuses on authenticity and letting her performance speak for itself. The involvement of Swifties, aligning with Clark, has amplified her popularity and brought new audiences to the sport. At the same time, Reese faces growing scrutiny over her podcast and online behavior. Their rivalry represents a new era in women's basketball, where fan influence, public image, and social media presence matter almost as much as on-court talent.